Alrighty, we're in a commercial building, and guess what? They have this exit light hooked up with an extension cord. So we're going to take this down, and we're going to put it on a box and wire it the right way. And they brought this cord right into this exit light. So we're going to unhook this. And we'll take it down here. This is not an exit light, but it's an emergency light. And they put the cord right into the top of this box here. And we're going to put it up properly right in this spot. And we'll close this Romex connector here. Now we're going to put the right kind of wire in here to go through the wall. Hopefully there's something to screw into. We'll open up the back of our box here. We'll put our connector into the back of our box. Like that there. Now I'm going to go in on the other side and make sure that we're not going to hit anything on the inside here. So we'll bring our wire in through the back here like this. Bring enough wire in. And we'll mount it so we get a nice long screw up here because there's a nice block of wood back in here. I'll put it in like this. Hopefully I'll hit that block of wood up here. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I'll be glad. Well, if there's nothing, there's nothing. You don't get upset. So down here, there's something down here. There's nothing down here. So I guess we'll just have to be thankful for what we got here. Just be thankful. We're not going to complain about what we don't have. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You can't do anything about it. It's not going to change anything to get all frustrated over it. It's not going to change anything to get all upset. So we're just going to be thankful for what we have. It's the best it can be. There's nothing solid to screw into. So we are going to be thankful for what we do have, because I'm glad we got something. It's better than nothing. So be thankful, you praise God, you don't get upset, you don't get all frustrated, you don't take his name in vain, because it's not going to change anything. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing. We'll be thankful for what we have, instead of complaining about what we don't have. Okay, so we gotta get a ground screw in here. I'm gonna see if there's a place over here to screw into, and if there is, I'll just cut another hole and drill it back here. Because if there is something up in here, so I'll make another hole and go back over here. I'm going to go up a little higher. Make sure there's nothing in here. And there is something good and solid right there to screw to. So we have something. We're going to do this new hole here. I'd rather have a little bit of a cosmetic mess than a box falling down off the wall. Now I'm going to go on the other side and pull it in. Let's hope we hit it here. Hey, we hit something good and solid. So we have a good solid screw here. We'll put our other one over here. I'll just turn that one in by hand. That is hitting some plywood in there, so it's okay. Now we'll put our ground screw in to bond our ground wire to the box. Well, I'm not pulling through everything, and I'm not dumping it out in here because it's all dark, and if I leave something behind, I'm going to get frustrated, so I'll just leave it in my bag there. So I'm going to make my loop. We're going to put it the direction our screw turns here. And we're going to ground our box. Close our loop the direction our screw turns. Make sure it's good and tight. We'll push our wires back into our box here, and we'll bring our black and white to come out to our light, which is an emergency light in case the power goes off. And there's our little hole down here. One, two. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, your black wire is live, and your white wire is your neutral. So I'll strip our wires here. They're number 12 hole. See the up arrow? You want to make sure you put it up the right way. Now I'll go grab some yellow wire nuts. Okay, so we'll just simply we'll get our insulation lined up on the bottom and our copper even at the end here. Put our wire nut on. It's a pre-tinned wire. And we'll just fold it back here. And we'll do the same with our white wire here. We'll get our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the end. Put our wire nut on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Put it over this way. And the previous electrician left the 277 volt option uncapped. So we're going to put that orange wire cap on this one here. Just put it on there, make sure it's on there nice and snug like that. And now we can just put our light back up onto our bracket here. Get it up like this. And when we hook our power back up, our batteries will start recharging again. It's snapped in on that side. I'll come over. See the little tabby that came out on the sides there? That's what holds it in place. And these lights are adjustable to put them to where you want them. Point that one towards the door and we'll point that one that way. Okay, so we got our emergency light all hooked up the way it should be. So we'll pull our switch out of the box here. And they did not hook the ground wire up on this switch. And we'll take our outlet out here. This will kill the power to this circuit here, up above where I'm going to hook the exit or the emergency light up. See the big mess they made with all those ground wires there? Okay, that one is the live wire here. So I'll get this one out of the outlet. I'll see if the switch is still live. So this is one of the live wires. See how sloppy that wire was around the ground screw there? See how sloppy that wire is around the screw in that one there? I'm going to take it off. Now I'm going to see which one is live, make sure that okay, so these two are the switch, so I'll just put the cap on these here. There was a ground wire tail that was supposed to go to the box, but so we'll get all these ground wires are just knotted together out of here. See how they're all just knotted together? Here's the one with the power coming in wire here. We got all this box taken apart. Now we're going to go inside and hook up our junction box. Oops, there's still power in there, so I can't do anything with that. So I'm going to take and hook this up. So we're going to fix this box up for an extension so we have more room in here. So we're going to take this ring off. And we'll put a mud ring, an extension box on here. So first we'll get all our ground wires together. We'll use a ideal push-in connector here, or Wago. Push it in, make sure our copper comes up to the top. We'll get all our wires coming out straight. The ring on this Romex connector is loose, so we'll tap it tight. It's easy to forget which way it goes and tap it the wrong way. Okay, so we'll get all our grounds together here. We have 4 of them, and this has 4 ports on it. So I'm going to have to straighten that one some more. Make sure we get our copper up to the top. Make sure our copper is at the end here. Wrong pliers. Make sure our copper is all up at the ends here. We'll get all our ground wires back into our box here. And we do have a nice head size screw in here. There's no hole for a green screw, so we'll just loosen this up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now we can get all our ground wires all the way back into the back of our box and out of our way here. So we'll strip these wires to put into our Wagos. Make sure we got a nice strip length here, which we do. Push it in like that there, and make sure our insulation's up in the yellow. Same with our white wire, it's a little long. Okay, that's going to be a good length right there. Push. Make sure our copper is up at the top and our insulation is into the Wago. Make sure it's going to be a good length there. Make sure our copper comes up in. Get our other white wire here. It's not too long, it's a little long. Because it's so hot. look, make sure our copper is all up at the top on all of them here. Get it back into our box. I got to force on this one here because it doesn't look like it went up all the way. But if it doesn't, you just force it if it doesn't go. Forcing it as hard as I can. Now it's in all, it looks like it should be in all the way, but you never can tell. There it is. It's up all the way. All our lights are all up all the way here. So now we can get this back into our box. Get out of our way of everything here. Now we can get our blacks together. Make sure our wires are nice and straight so we can put them in. Not too long, that's real long. Now it didn't look like it went up all the way, so I have to pull it off. Take a little more insulation off here, not a whole lot. Okay, now it's up in all the way and our insulation is up in the make sure we get our insulation up into the yellow there. Okay, now we gotta get this bunch of wires back into our box up out of our way here. Well, if you lose your screws, you get more. You don't get upset. So we're going to go get another screw because we lost one, and we're not getting upset over it. And if we don't have one, we don't have it. So simple.